A look from above the incredible City Hall building here in our broadcast location tonight, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Miami Heat as they go up against the Philadelphia 76ers here in Wells Fargo Center. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Dragic.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, Joel Embiid and the Sixers have been through a lot in the last 5 years. At the beginning, there were so many losses on and off the court. But trust the process became a mantra, one that Embiid embraced. He said, "I think a lot about what I went through, how it prepared me to be a better man. I really feel like I'm the process, and the process is about me." Kevin, the process has turned out quite well.
Thank you, David. Conference rivals in this one, Clark. Does that matter as much as people think, or is it just another game?
I still think it matters to the players. I mean, they're a little less emotional now, rivalries. They're not as heated, a little more practical. I think it's mostly about making the playoffs and where you're seated.
So here's Miami's starting group. Myers Leonard is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Hero in at the 2 spot. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. And here is Simmons. Harris outside. Back to Simmons. Pass to Embiid. 6 to shoot. And the 3 off target. So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Here's Nunn, guarded by Harris. Nunn, that's good.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building, and they were able to win it for the home fans.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Nunn, guarded by Simmons. Outside Leonard, the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Here's Richardson. Turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Got a piece of it. Here's Nunn. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Now Simmons, an 11-point game for him in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
A nice shot by Harris.
Well, that's a sweet spot for Harris, guys. I mean, all he needs is a little separation, and he's good to go.
And it's the Heat with the ball. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
5 to shoot. Nunn passes to Hero. Over Richardson. Hero, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. But he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Here's Hero. 9 points last game out. The pass to Nunn. Horford the pass to Simmons. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's Butler. Poke loose. Here's Hero. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
The Heat trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons is extremely versatile and effective two-way player, guys, who can hurt you on both ends.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
And as we're reaching the end of the calendar year, here's a great chance to delve into the updated power rankings. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And right now for Philadelphia, they weren't supposed to be this effective at this point in the season. The question now is, can they sustain it?
Here's Nunn. He's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis. Bounce pass, Butler. Kicks it out to Leonard. 4 on the clock. And again, it's the Heat missing. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Here's Nunn. The 76ers getting the bucket. Shot's good by Hero.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Simmons. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And slam dunk by Harris.
You know, Harris excels really at getting to his spots and then capitalizing, and that's the sign and mark of a very polished offensive player.
The Heat trail by 7. Here's Nunn. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. It's Adebayo, top of the key. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Simmons. That one's not going to go. And the Heat going the other way now. Here's Hero. And the rejection by Embiid.
Yeah, good energy and awareness that time by Embiid.
Oh, what a play! Woo!
And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Here's Nunn. Outside Leonard puts up a 3, and Philadelphia grabs the miss. Harris with it. To the middle. Here's Embiid. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Nunn. Guarded by Simmons. Oh, and here we go. Oh, what a finish!
Good.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Timeout called, the Heat. Mark, you look at Ben Simmons. Is he the best Australian-born player ever?
Well, you've got to remember now, Kevin, and you would know this from your research. Kyrie Irving was actually born in Australia, lived there for a couple of years, and still has dual citizenship. So I'll leave that one to the fans to debate. Irving or Simmons as the best from Australia.
Crowder, he's checked in for Miami. Adebayo kicks to Crowder. Outside Butler. Adebayo with the ball. And it's Horford picking him up. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game. Iguodala against Richardson. Here's Butler. Rejected by Harris.
What a block from Harris. Terrific work there.
Shot clock at 3. Iguodala the pass to Butler. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feet.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end. Always in attack mode.
And they double up Simmons. Embiid wide open. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Butler in the corner. Butler can't get that one to fall.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Richardson. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. They get a hand on it. Dragic taking his time here. There's the triple. But they get it back. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. Adebayo's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Heat. And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. The feed to Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Now here's Crowder. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Some changes for Philadelphia. Scott comes in for Al Horford. Robinson is subbed in for Josh Richardson. Olynyk, he's checked in for Miami. Harris against Butler. Inside. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Yeah, with great recognition, awareness, and body control. Simmons can get up for blocks.
Robinson misses. The Heat trail by 10. Olynyk in the corner. From downtown, good on the three-point shot.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
Simmons against Dragic. Pass to Scott. Now Robinson. Outside, Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot, and that one drops. Embiid's got his 3rd basket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Dragic. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Butler kicks to Dragic. And Embiid with the block. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And the Heat making a change here. Robinson's checked in. And again, it's the Heat missing. The 76ers leading by 9. Here's Simmons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Goran Dragic. Mark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, there's so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but you know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point. So he comes up empty at the line. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Korkmaz, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
And I respect the craftiness and savvy of Dragic. I mean, when he gets positioned deep inside, he finds a way to score.
Here's Korkmaz. He's guarded by Dragic. Here's Thibault. And the 76ers get it back. Now here's Embiid. Another guy who really kicked it up a notch for them in that game against the Nets. Ball's knocked loose. Scott, good. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Philadelphia.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Clock at 6. Robinson finds Dragic. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Robinson. Shoots over Crowder. Bank shot. No good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Iguodala kicks to Olynyk. Dragic the pass to Iguodala. Olynyk dishes to Dragic. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Thibault. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Scott. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, all good things must come to an end. Iguodala was shipped out from the Warriors last year to clear room for D'Angelo Russell. Traded to the Grizzlies to make room for the Warriors in the Russell deal. Ultimately, I think we'll have a great legacy for his time with Golden State.
That free throw, no good. And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
Here's Korkmaz. Outside Robinson. Passes it to Scott. Shoots over Crowder. Fades. Here's O'Quinn. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
They get a hand on it. Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's Scott, and it's Scott with the jam.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
He gets it up. And he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. 76ers ahead, up by 12. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Heat, Robinson is out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Dragic, and it's Olynyk in at center. He's off on the first.
And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their two young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
And the second free throw, good. And for Simmons and Embiid, a clash of styles, too. Simmons, you know, Clark, is at his best in transition.
And, you know, Embiid, guys, is more a half-court threat, attacking in the post. Long term, I think they'll figure it out, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between those two.
Now here's Iguodala. Shoots from 14. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Here's Thibault. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And it's the Heat with the ball after the Sixers pick up 2. Here's Dragic. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now, here is Robinson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Back to Korkmaz for 3. Jay Crowder pulls it in. The Heat trail by 13. In the corner, it's Robinson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Korkmaz. He's guarded by Dragic. Here's Korkmaz to the paint, the 10-footer. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Down low, Crowder, and the lead is down inside single digits. Crowder's got his first 2 points.
Boy, the unselfishness of Iguodala is really admirable. A forward with excellent vision. He has a feel for when one of his guys is open.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to Thibault. Tries a three. They get it back. And O'Quinn kicks to Korkmaz. Another shot. And another shot. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Scott. Feeds it to O'Quinn. Makes it off the glass. O'Quinn's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now a timeout called by Miami. Clark, here we are mid-season, and certain teams seem to really change gear and ratchet up the intensity.
Yeah, I agree with you. And some of that is familiarity, understanding who you are and what it takes for you to win, and being healthy is a big part of that. I think teams all over the league go through stretches where they're in a nice groove and rhythm, and there are a lot of variables that play into that.
Things settle down, don't they? Rotations, routines, like you said, all those things important.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
Here's Nunn. 76ers getting the bucket.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the two critical positions, a 6'10" point guard and a 7'2" center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Philadelphia leading by 8. On the pass to Korkmaz. On the wing, Harris. O'Quinn trying to free himself up with the second effort, and it's sent back by Leonard. Here's Hero. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And here's Richardson. To the left side wing. Inside. Here's Harris. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Here's Nunn. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Now here's Richardson. Tight defense on him. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Miami called for the foul. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
The first one falls. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Now here is Harris following the shot by Myers-Leonard. Harris dishes to Richardson. Poked loose. And here we go. It's Butler. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Butler's got 5.
You got to tag Butler in transition. He's got the quickness and athleticism to shred defenses in the open floor.
Adebayo against Richardson. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Friday, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks coming into town. And then on Saturday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talent advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over this stretch.
That's good from Richardson. And Richardson drops them both. And here are the Heat now. It's a 10-point game. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Hero passes to Adebayo. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
First one falls for him.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Pass to Richardson. Here's Korkmaz. Lays it up off the glass. Korkmaz has got his second bucket of the night. And Coach Brown, Clark, captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation. And I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition. You know, after making 1 3 in the first quarter, he's had none here so far in the second.
It's Richardson on the wing. The 19-foot shot again, Philadelphia.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around. But some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
And here are the 76ers now. Following the score by Miami and the basket by Harris.
Nice touch from downtown. Tobias Harris continues to look better and better from this area.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Harris. Oh, the lob for Simmons. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Phenomenal timing that time, guys, from Simmons. I mean, leaving the ground once the pass was released and then tearing the basket almost out of the glass.
Here's Hero after Ben Simmons' bucket. Deflects the pass. Miami again turning it over. And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
You look at Simmons. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
The Heat trail by 18. Outside Butler. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
Well, I tell you what, he's not going to give in to the defense. Butler really is ferocious. Great job finishing off these tough shots.
Now here is Horford. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Outside Butler. Passes it to Nunn. Back to Butler. 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
The Heat trail by 16. Here's Hero. To the middle. Embiid with the steal. Harris outside. Beyond the arc. Here's Horford. Out to Harris. Outside Simmons. With the fadeaway. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the 76ers lead by 18.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Butler goes in, and the rejection by Embiid. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. Mike Scott's checked in for Philadelphia. Here's Adebayo. He has 5. 1:12 left to play here in the half. Richardson kicks to Simmons. Scott against Dragic. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Harris. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Robinson passes to Dragic. Here's the floater. Rebound by the 76ers.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
There's 31 seconds left now here in the second. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Nice D from Scott.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
You know, one thing you got to love about Embiid is how unselfish he is. I mean, he's pretty good at spotting open teammates.
Butler attacking. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Butler's got 6 here in this quarter. Richardson outside. And so it's Philadelphia controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played, and I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about, and I thought our defense for the most part was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Miss you.
Yeah.
So big.
Josh Richardson having an outstanding game. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
We're seeing the continued development of Josh Richardson. The strength has caught up to the athleticism. He's a big guard who can really shoot the ball.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now here's Horford. Over Adebayo. And the basket by Horford. Horford's got 8 points.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
Pass to Nunn. To the inside, Leonard. And the shot goes in. Leonard's got his first bucket of the night.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Harris passes to Embiid over Leonard. Embiid, no good. It's deflected. The Heat trail by 18. Outside Butler. The pass to Nunn. Three-pointer. The shot, no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Here's Simmons. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Nunn. Guarded by Simmons. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Off target with his three. The 76ers leading by 18. Kind of a quirky personality for Jimmy Butler, more than a little mischief in his sense of fun.
Yeah, but he's always got a method to his madness, and I heard it once said that you have to dare to be great, and to dare to be great, you got to dare to be different, and Jimmy doesn't mind being different. How about listening to country music, something he started in college at Marquette to annoy his teammates? And then also this, would you do this, Kevin, give your phone number out at a press conference? Jimmy Butler daring to be different and daring to be great.
Simmons finds Harris. Horford with the bounce pass. Here's Richardson. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Nunn, guarded by Simmons. Pass to Leonard. Here's the three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
There's the feed to Embiid. Horford in the post. Adebayo on him. Leonard with the steal. Here's Nunn, guarded by Simmons. Nunn passes to Butler. He feeds it to Leonard. Horford against Adebayo. Shot clock at 6. Miami needs to get a shot off. Miami no good on that time either.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Hero. Miami no good on that time either. The 76ers leading by 22. Richardson attacking. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Richardson's got 22 points.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't matter.
Miami's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Now a timeout called by Miami. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds, but that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Jay Crowder's checked in for Butler, and it's Iguodala in for Hero. Nunn passes to Adebayo, and Adebayo throws it down.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Now here's Simmons. Defense right on him. Horford against Adebayo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Simmons. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Richardson.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, you look at Ben Simmons, and the thing that jumps out to me is his all-around game. I mean, it's absolutely terrific. He's a stat sheet stuffer supreme.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Heat have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And stolen by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Slashability of Simmons. Really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive, cutting mentality.
The Heat shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Here's Nunn. He's got 6. 6 to shoot. Wants to get it to Adebayo and does. Good work defensively by Horford.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
He can't get it to go. Miami's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And it's blocked by Simmons. They recover it, and he gets it back. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
And guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And the first one drops. Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The 76ers leading by 23. Now Simmons, 11 points in the game. He dishes it to Robinson. Here's Thibault. Shot clock at 5. To the wing right side. Here's Horford. Knocks down the 3 ball. Horford's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. He kicks it to Iguodala. Shoots from the line. Off the left rim and out.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now, here's O'Quinn after the miss from Andre Iguodala. Here's Horford. Gets it to go from 8 feet. Horford's got 13 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And here are the Heat. Outside Crowder. Outside Dragic. With some arc. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Horford. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. To the left wing. Crowder against Robinson. Shoots over Crowder. Kept alive. Horford. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And it's blocked by O'Quinn.
You know, the scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
And then Simmons slams it in.
I tell you, it doesn't get any easier than this, guys. I mean, Simmons finishing with power.
Miami has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Leonard the pass to Dragic. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And it's 8 points for Goran Dragic.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Simmons against Dragic. Horford high post. Out to the right wing. Knocks it loose. Passes it to Thibault. Shot clock at 6. Horford, and it's Horford with the extra effort. Horford's got 11 points in the quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Chalk up 2 there. Thibault's got his second bucket.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
The Heat shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Here's Dragic. Ben Simmons with the rebound. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Thibault in the corner. Simmons with it. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. With this break in the action, we can see the top passing teams in the league, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard. 4th, the 76ers.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Outside Dragic. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Miami again turning it over.
And let's check out some stats for Horford. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's averaging 11 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Now here is Robinson. Pass to Simmons. Here's Thibault. He's guarded by Dragic. Robinson for 3. Here's O'Quinn. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. O'Quinn's got 8 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Iguodala. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
1:31 left to play in the third. Iguodala kicks to Crowder. Outside Robinson. There's the pass to Dragic. They get it again. And the basket by Olynyk. He has 5.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
Now here's Simmons. 13 points in the game. Scott finds Horford. O'Quinn with it. He's against Olynyk. 4 on the shot clock. Horford no luck.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Simmons passes to O'Quinn. And Scott has it in the corner. Drops in the tray.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Tipped away and stolen by Simmons. To the paint. Here's O'Quinn. He's looking for Horford and finds him. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Right back after this break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. They've got Jones. Solomon Hill is out there with Olynyk. Then it's Robinson. And it's Okpala in at the one. Here's Embiid trying to break that ice-cold streak. And Miami shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. It's Hill on the wing. Back to Jones. Here's Okpala. 5 to shoot. Here's Hill. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid. Scott the pass to Burks. Outside Robinson. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Okpala. Buries it down low. Okpala's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Miami. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Here's Neto. Pass to Embiid. Shoots over Olynyk. Embiid, no good.
And you know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And he makes that one.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Now here's Embiid. Burks laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And, you know, the evolution of Embiid continues. At 7 feet tall, he can look over defenders and make great passes, and he's got a nice feel for passing the ball.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Robinson against Burks. Robinson dishes to Hill. Passes to Okpala. Clock at 6. Olynyk in the corner. Shoots the three. Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination.
Here's Neto. Clark, when you think of athleticism specifically, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, you know, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
Robinson with it. Kicks to Jones. Here's Okpala. Up and in on the layup. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Neto. Pass to Burks. Up top, Embiid. Shoots over Olynyk, and Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Burks. 8 points for Joel Embiid.
Boy, such a fluid shooting motion from Embiid. I mean, most times you just assume that his jumper is dropping.
Here's Okpala. Got it. Good job in the low post.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
76ers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. The pass to Korkmaz. Now here's Embiid. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
Harris has checked in for Mike Scott. Here's Olynyk. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
Boy, that's a nice touch from Harris right there, showing you exactly how under control he is close to the basket.
Here is Robinson. "13 feet away." And the shot is long. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Neto surveying the floor. Dishes it to Embiid. He kicks to Burks. Fires from deep. And it's Miami with the rebound. Left side, Jones. Feeds it to Olynyk. That one goes in.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Phillies. Pass to Korkmaz. Burks with it. Defended by Jones. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the inside. Hill. No good there. Some solid defense from Harris. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. He gets it in there.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
For Miami, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Olynyk the pass to Okpala. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Neto kicks to Harris. High quality look, and he sinks it.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
For Miami, they've gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Robinson finds Jones. Here's Okpala. 6 on the shot clock. It's Robinson, top of the key. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Olynyk. Rebound by the 76ers. Harris has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Neto. Now here's Burks. Harris right side. Pass to Neto. Here's the 3. Robinson with the block, but he recovers it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the 76ers with some changes. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. And Smith subbed in for Korkmaz. The Heat also with a sub. Dragic is checked in. And here is Hill. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds?
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
Here's Okpala. Here's Olynyk. It's hauled in by Harris.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First free throw is good. And Burks hits 2 free throws. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Now here's Dragic. D right on him. The shot will not fall. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Here's Smith, and the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. The 76ers making a switch here. Embiid's checked in. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. Do you like that?
Yes and no. I think you have 2 separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. The free throw drops for Smith.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Pass to Burks. Now Embiid. Again, Philadelphia.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
It's stolen. Inside. It's tipped. Olynyk with the steal. Now the pass to Hill. They could use a bucket, and that's 2 points on the layup.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Neto. Pass to Embiid. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about it, market size, nightlife for some guys is important. Business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles. Season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
That one drops for him. Embiid's got 9 points here in the second half. Here's Dragic.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the 76ers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And I felt like by making those sharp in-game adjustments, they've really taken control of this season series now. This win will move them to 2-0 on the season with 2 left to play against the Heat.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Josh Richardson.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Here's Neto. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a 5-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.